Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to today's show. We are interviewing Retha and getting to know Retha a little better. Let's get started.
Woo, I'm feeling it this morning, you guys. We are going to be answering questions this whole live show. How do you get through a day? To me, it smells like a very light kind of pine scent. So if you've been wanting to get one of these drop shop items, we are just going to have lots of fun. Who is ready for some life hacks? We have all of this fun stuff to give away. It's colorful, cozy. Really, we just like to get to know our customers. Never look a horse in the Cheez-It.
And welcome back, everybody. Retha, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Instagram, you can't see Danny, but let me know if you can hear him.
There's not much that you need to hear from Danny today.
Danny, you're asking all the questions.
Yeah, but you have to repeat every question that I ask.
Oh.
And I'm not actually asking the questions. It's going to be our audience.
That's true.
So you can see who's watching, right?
I can.
Well, let's see who's watching today.
Okay, you want me to go through them?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up as well, but
okay. So on Instagram, yes, they can hear you, so that's good. On Instagram, we have CJ Zaring says good morning. Army Wife MDS says hello from Colorado. Nico and Maddie says hi, Reese. Hi, Nico and Maddie. When the Moon Sleeps says hello from sunny Ireland. Let's see. We have Betsy from cloudy Pennsylvania. Who else is joining us? Caitlin Pinkins from New York. Good morning from New York. Massage_NW is joining us from Southwest Washington. Good morning, everyone. Poncho7252, hi from sunny, warm Alabama, and so many more comments. Tay_Depew from Michigan. And then I'm going to hop on over here to Facebook and YouTube. We have so many people saying, hi, Danny. We have beautiful_mess from Houston. We have Tanya says good morning from stormy Florida. We have Rachel from rainy North Carolina. Nora from Myrtle Beach. Good morning, Nora. I almost said Myrtle. Good morning, Nora from Myrtle Beach. Cheryl from Minneapolis. We have Christine from Central Valley, California. Jenna from Georgia. Battle Royale style. That's fantastic. From New York City. And we're going to give one more shout out. Jesse Miller says happy Monday from Maryland. Well, thanks for joining, everyone. Danny, are you ready to start out this live with a bang and do, can you guess what this object is? Game. I don't know what the game's called, actually.
Well, I have an intro for you guys, a new intro. Retha, unfortunately, you won't be able to hear it. You may have already heard it when I sent it to you. It's ridiculous and awesome. So here it goes.
What's that?
It looks like a fish.
What's that?
Is that a belly button?
What's that?
I have no idea.
What's that?
Could that be?
What's that?
Don't know.
What's that?
It looks like my grandma.
What's that?
Is that a foot?
What's that? What's that?
All right. What's that? So you'll be able to see.
Send it to me?
Oh, no, but you're going to see it right now on your screen. Are you ready? Can you see it? How about now?
I just got to go to the live. I can't see it. I can only see you.
Go to the just the Hangouts screen. So on the screen, you guys can see.
Danny, you didn't send it to me.
I'll send it to you right now.
Okay.
It is on the screen for the viewers, so they have to guess what this is.
Instagram needs to be able to see it.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now for you, and then
I can show them.
I didn't even think about Instagram. That's what happens when Katrina's not here to take care of Instagram. Danny forgets. Okay, there it is. So on the screen,
Ooh, I think I know this one. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna move my camera, my
you
computer.
guys see that? There you go. So it is. Oh, I'm seeing some good guesses. It does look like something that you might put essential oils in.
The question is it something that you might put essential oils in?
Yes. What do you think, Retha?
I too think it's evening primrose carrier oil.
All right, I'm going to send you the picture. I'm also putting it up for the viewers. So, yes, it is.
Yay!
Evening primrose essential, well, not essential oil,
Carrier
refined
oil.
evening primrose rose carrier oil. And let's choose some winners to get some of that.
Let's do that. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to scroll through comments. So many things I have to click back and forth on. I'm going to pick a winner from Instagram and a winner from Facebook and YouTube if it pops up.
Is it being dumb?
Oh, there it goes. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to scroll through when you guys started guessing. Here we go. Okay. Right here, we have Marissa Leisler or Leisler. Marissa, her guess was Primrose Carrier, and it's Marissa Leisler. So Marissa, you just won yourself. What did she win, Danny?
Sorry, I'm trying to unclick my speaker here. She is winning. Marissa, you are winning a 4-ounce. Let's make it. Do we do 16 ounces of those?
Yeah, we do.
16-ounce primrose carrier oil. Let's give her a round of applause, everybody.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Okay, now I'm going to go to Facebook and YouTube. And we're going to choose a winner on here as well. Oh, where'd my mouse go? Okay. Right here. Tiffany Hart from YouTube. Evening Primrose Oil was Tiffany's guess. Tiffany Hart is the winner from Facebook and YouTube comment. So congratulations, you two. Email cs@planttherapy.com and they will get a 16-ounce Evening Primrose Carrier Oil sent to you.
Woo-hoo.
Woo-hoo.
Super excited. Well, Retha, we really appreciate you joining us today.
You know,
As if you had a choice.
it's kind of my job.
But on these Monday Mingles, we've always had guests that you have interviewed, but nobody's ever interviewed you.
That's true.
So I am going to interview you along with our amazing customers. So you guys, send in your questions for Retha, and let's get personal.
Well,
I've got a question for you right now.
not too personal.
I can't control what the questions are. Okay, first question. Retha, what is your middle name?
Amelia.
Amelia. And how did you get that name?
My parents gave it to me.
Oh, that's a great name.
My name, so Retha and Amelia. Retha is my grandma's name, my mom's mom. And then Amelia comes from, I should know this, but I don't. So Mom, if you're watching, please tell me. But it comes from like one of my great grandmas. I don't know if it was a first name or a middle name, but it is a family name.
Okay, very cool. It's also the name of your daughter.
Yes, my whole life, I always said if I have a girl, her name will be Amelia. So when I got married and I got pregnant with her and we found out it was a girl, I mean, it wasn't even a discussion. Like, my husband had no choice in the matter. Her name was going to be Amelia. And he was totally okay with that. He's really laid back. He doesn't really have strong opinions about most things, so that was nice.
Jesse just said it's hard to hear me, so just a minute. Let me turn off my heater.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if that helps, Jesse. And I'll also move in like this. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear
Rita
me?
Amelia. That's the name.
All right.
And
Next
you guys
question.
can still hear Danny? Good. I haven't heard. It looks like Instagram can still hear you just fine, Danny.
Okay, perfect. So here is a question from Ellen Bartuska on Facebook. She says, when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Okay, so Instagram, I'm not sure if you heard that, but when I was a kid, what did I want to be when I grew up? So I wanted to be an actress, actually.
Really?
I did. Yeah, and even as an adult, I have often thought about like doing something still. I just don't know how. Because I live in Twin Falls, Idaho, and I have a full-time job, and my kids go to school here. But yeah, I've always wanted to be an actress. That's what I've wanted to do my whole life.
Fun fact, Christina Hendricks was from Twin Falls, or grew up in Twin Falls. Christina Hendricks is a very famous actress, and she was actually in Jump Company. She did a couple of Jump Company shows, I think.
Redhead?
Yes.
Yeah, so I did Joseph with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was, that may have been Dilettantes, not Jump Company, but yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse if Christina can do it.
Theater growing up. And Danny, I'm sure we were in a play together. I don't really remember specifically. Danny's a lot older than me, but sorry, Danny.
No, it's okay.
Danny and I did theater. We did a ton of theater growing up.
Yeah, in fact, Amanda, so Chris's wife,
Yeah.
I did, what was the show? Not Music Man. It's the one where Bye Bye Birdie.
Bye Bye Birdie.
Bye Bye Birdie. And I sang a song, Gray Skies was trying to cheer up, put on a happy face. And Amanda was one of the girls I was singing to, trying to cheer up. All right, next question. That's I did not know that about you.
I have one from Instagram. So there's lots coming in from Instagram. But the first one, let me find the very first one that came in. Said, it's daughter of a king 38, said, if not essential oil business, what would you love to do? So besides acting, which I don't know, I have thought a little bit, as like I said, as an adult, but really that was more like a childhood dream. But for work, like for a career, I've always just like really enjoyed selling things. Like marketing is just I just enjoy it. So like my dream job would just be traveling around the world, either like, helping and educating businesses on good marketing practices, or just like selling anything. Like give me anything to sell and I would enjoy doing it, I'm certain.
Yeah, the thing that makes you a good salesperson is that you don't get behind anything that you don't really endorse.
That's true. I tell people how it is.
Yeah, you're very passionate.
Good, like lying salesman.
Yeah, you would totally like put a company out of business if they were selling something you didn't like.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I call it how it is.
All right, next question. Retha, Sherry Rotter Santorelli wants to know, when is your birthday?
Oh, my birthday is August 25th.
August 25th. That's a good day.
August 25th.
That's the day after my parents' anniversary.
Well, look at that. They get married. I was born. Not right after.
Second question, or third question. I'm not gonna count the questions because I'm gonna forget. Sophia Nicholas on Instagram was wondering, what made you want to start an essential oil business?
So the essential oil business is not mine, although I will take most of the credit for it. I'm just kidding. My sister and brother-in-law own it, actually, and my husband. So how long have I been working for plant therapy?
6 years, 5 years?
I think this is 8 years, actually. I think this October will be 8 years. Because, yeah, or Yeah, this October will be 8 years. So I've been working for plant therapy for 7.5 years. And when I started working for plant therapy, I had a child who was 3 and then a brand new baby. And my husband was a teacher, and we were just like barely getting by. I was just a stay-at-home mom. I always really enjoyed working, and so I would go to yard sales and stuff, and I would buy things and resell them on eBay or whatever, because I always liked having something to do. But we just needed a little bit extra cash, and so I went to Chris. And I said, is there anything that I can do for you so that I can make a little bit of extra money so my family can have some spending money? And he was like, sure, like we need a blog and we need a Facebook page. So go and get those started. So that's what I did. I started Plant Therapy's blog. I started all their social media channels. And I started doing customer service, on the blog and writing the blog posts and doing the DIYs and doing, answering all the questions on the social media channels, mostly just Facebook, and then Instagram was started a few years later. Twitter was started, but I was horrible at that, honestly. So that's what I did. I just started just to learn earn a little bit of extra money. We started getting a ton of questions that even though I used essential oils my whole entire life, they were beyond what I was comfortable responding to. So I asked Chris, can I go get my aromatherapy certification so I can answer these questions better? He said, of course. I went and got my aromatherapy certification, and almost 8 years later, here we are.
That was perfect. In fact, one of the questions. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I was working on a TV dinner tray, those dinner trays, in the corner of my living room, and I was getting paid $300 a month. And I'm getting $300 a month for a very long time. I remember Chris one time upped my paycheck without telling me. And I was like, Chris, this is wrong. This is more than I usually get paid. And he was like, it's about time you get a raise, Retha. And I was like, okay, that's fair.
He's like, I was tired of getting all those calls from you asking for a raise.
Yeah.
I missed the question, but somebody had asked what other jobs you had done for plant therapy. So that kind of answered that a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I haven't, I've helped out in like our fulfillment and, operations teams, but I've never actually worked there. But I've done CS, I've done social media, I've done all of the marketing you can think of. Those have mostly been what I've done for plant therapy. Yeah.
What is your current position?
My current position, so my title is VP of Customer Experience. So I oversee the marketing department, our customer satisfaction department, and our retail department.
She's my boss, guys.
Well,
Dan.
I'm a boss of a, no, just kidding. No.
She's the boss of my boss. My boss. All right, next question. Mom of boys wants to know, what is your favorite Disney movie?
Oh, that is a good one. Is Onward a Disney movie?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay,
It's
my
Disney
least
Pixar.
favorite. So just saying, my family watched
least
it last
favorite?
night. Well, I cried like a baby, like hysterical, like all my children are like wrapping their arms, hugging me because I lost it. Like Millie's like wiping all the tears off my face. I was like hysterical. So don't watch it. Thanks, Disney.
It's great. I like it.
I thought it was horrific. That's a whole nother story, you guys. I cried so hard. My favorite Disney movie. Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know.
Well, at least we found out what your least favorite was.
The new Aladdin was fantastic. I love that. So I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to go with Aladdin, the new one. Although the old one.
Would you sing a little song from that, just real quick?
No.
Well, there goes your acting career right out the window.
My sister just said, I told you would cry. She did. She warned me.
Is that Annie?
No, Amanda.
Amanda.
Yeah.
Did Amanda cry?
Oh, she bawled like a baby. And she told me I was going to bawl like a baby, and I did.
Well, that kind of brings us into the next question. How Tell us a little bit about Chris. Tell us about some backup or background about Chris and Paul. How were they?
Well,
how was it like growing up with them?
well, I didn't grow up with Chris. Chris is my brother-in-law. So I wish I could tell you some stories about Chris, but since he's actually not blood related to me, Amanda's laughing. Since he's not actually blood related to me, it's probably not appropriate for me to tell you some stories I've heard about Chris as a child. But Chris is married to my sister, and Chris and my sister have been married for they got married 4 years before I got married, so they've been married for 18 years.
That's a long time.
And yeah, so I was pretty little when they got married. And he's just my brother-in-law. I don't know. He's probably like every other brother-in-law. He likes to play with the grandkids. Hold on a second, or you can come in, but I'm on a live. He likes to play
play with the grandkids?
He does so much until they cry. And then they come to me and I'm like, then go away from him. He's just gonna keep doing it. Chris, he's an adult child. That's what he is, isn't he, Amanda? That's what he is.
No, does he have grandkids? Are you talking about?
I'm sorry, like all the nieces and nephews, my parents' grandkids.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so all the nieces and nephews, and like
Hey,
my kids and stuff. Chris is just like this big kid, and he likes to play with the kids. That's pretty funny. What? Okay, do you want to come sit by me? Okay, I'll be out in a minute. Okay. And then Paul, he's an interesting one. So Paul is my brother, so I actually grew up with him. And Paul is like 4 years older than me. So he's quite a bit older than me. But let's see, one of the things that I remember about Paul is he always was in trouble with my mom. I remember one story. I don't know what Paul did. I actually think that maybe he bought cigarettes or something and showed my mom. And my mom chased him and my cousin around the house with a broom. So yeah, Paul has always been like the biggest tease. He always wants to poke people until they lose it because he thinks it's so funny that they can't control their emotions. That's like Paul. He is the biggest tease. He will do anything to get, excitement out of people. And he's always been like that, always, as far as I can remember. Paul is also my mom's favorite child. That's another true story. And you ask every single child and they will tell you that Paul's the favorite. And my mom says it's because Paul did not require a lot of love when he was a child, so she's trying to make up for it. It's all true stories.
Well, we have another question here from Jesse Miller, Unboxing and More. What are your hobbies, Retha?
Retha doesn't have any hobbies. I don't. You guys, I work. That's what I do. I love working so much that, I've told you this before, that my husband has to drag me away from my computer at nighttime so that I go and spend time with my family. Because I love work so much. I wake up and I'm excited to go to work. I eat my lunch at my desk, which we've talked about before. I love work. Besides work, though, I really enjoy being outside. I really enjoy camping. We don't go as often as I would like. I would like to go every single weekend of the summer. I really enjoy camping. I really just enjoy sitting outside a campfire. Last night, I built myself a campfire. My kids went to bed. My husband came in to watch a show, and I was out there until after 10 o'clock. It was wonderful. But I really enjoy reading. I just don't read very often because I don't really have any time. Oh, thank you. Apparently we have packages that she just brought in. Okay, shut the door for Mama. Okay, thank you. Shut the door for Mama. But yeah, I enjoy just hanging out outside. I really enjoy hanging out with my family. My sisters and stuff are my best friends, so that's always nice. But yeah, there are 8 of us. I am number 6. Looks like Amanda's on there answering some questions. She could answer some questions because she's my sister. Yeah. She grew up with me.
She could tell you some stuff about Retha.
Yeah, Amanda was always she was like a motherly figure to all of us. That was like her role as a child. And I remember, which is so funny because we're adults now, right? But I remember one time my parents left for something and it made me really sad. And I just like cuddled and cried on Amanda's lap.
Yeah. Amanda, so when I first started at plant therapy, I got to go to Australia with Chris, and Chris let it slip that Amanda was like, you should take Danny because it would have been way cheaper to probably hire a photographer down there. But he was like, well, Amanda told me I should take you because it's probably the only time we're going to get to go to Australia with you. So
Amanda,
thanks, Amanda. She's a sweetheart.
Cares about everyone, and
Yeah.
she does a good job with it.
So, man, there's so many great questions, you guys. If we don't get to your questions, we'll try to come back to them. Well, not come back to them, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
What are you currently binging? Nina Reich wants to know.
I honestly just finished everything I was binging. So I was binging Schitt's Creek, which brings so much joy to my heart. You guys, I can't even tell you how much I love Schitt's Creek. This is too much information, but my all-time favorite movie is Dirty Dancing. I don't know what that should tell you about me, but it's true. And Patrick Swayze at the very end of Dirty Dancing is singing to Baby, and there's a part where he like scrunches his nose and he mouths like, and I owe it all to you. Anyways, it's my all-time like favorite clip of any movie, anything. Like every time I watch Dirty Dancing, which is a couple times a year, I replay that like 10 times because I love it so much. There's a scene in an episode of Schitt's Creek that is now my second all-time favorite like video like clip or section in a movie or show. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so I just finished Schitt's Creek. And I also just finished Unorthodox. I just binged that, although it's only 4 episodes, which was kind of disappointing because I was wanting more. But I also just finished that. But those were the only 2 that I was binging right now, and they're done. I just finished Unorthodox yesterday, so I need a new one. Anybody?
Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions.
I love seeing so many people say that they love Dirty Dancing, so I don't have to feel as silly.
Well, Daughter of a King was wondering, how do you feel about being a GIF?
I mean, it is just what it is. It was pretty funny when we first did it because it was like every single day, multiple times a day, I got screenshots from people being like, hey, Retha, look what I just saw. Did you know you were a GIF? And hey, Retha, look. And they were just like showing me all the time, all the people that they saw posting. I don't know. I'm pretty out there, so I'm comfortable that, I'm out there just because it matches my personality pretty well.
Yeah, you're pretty humble too. Like you don't ever like, I don't know. Sometimes being popular, I consider you popular, goes to people's heads.
Now we'll say popular, Danny.
So Diane Jablin said just totally awesome. I didn't mean to read that, but that was awesome that you said that. Anna Ellis said, what was your very first job?
My very first job, so a little secret about Retha, I did not work in high school because I played sports. And so my parents, when we played sports, we didn't have to work in high school. And I actually was able to make money playing sports. My parents would pay me like for points that I scored or different things like that. So that's how I made my money in high school. So I didn't actually start working until after high school, where I actually had like an official job and got paid for it. My grandparents owned like an RV park with a water park. And I worked there. I I probably, ate more candy than I actually would have got paid. But my actual first job wasn't until after high school. So I actually haven't had very many jobs, you guys, like 3 ever, I think. But I worked for like one of those newspaper things that sold cars, anyway, so I would go around like all over to the Magic Valley and I would go and convince like dealerships, like truck and car dealerships, to put the cars for sale in that like Auto Trader magazine. And I would like take pictures of the car and fill out all the information anyway. So I worked for an Auto Trader magazine. That was my first like legit official job, I would say.
Do you still have chickens? Christy James wants to know.
No, we don't. So we got rid of them when we moved. And we actually technically aren't allowed to have them in this neighborhood, although I think I could get it approved, but my husband hated them so much. He hated them. So it's not worth like trying to get them approved in the new place that we're living, with how much my husband hated them.
And you guys, we probably need to close up pretty soon, but we do have a couple of essential oil questions for you.
Okay.
I can't remember who asked it. I'm so sorry, guys. What is your favorite lesser known oils?
Lesser known oils?
Yeah, something that.
I mean, I don't know if like, is Rosalina a lesser known? I think for people that aren't really familiar with essential oils, Rosalina is a lesser known oil. And I really like Rosalina. It's a great substitute for eucalyptus for kids and like congestion and stuff. So yeah, he hated the chickens. Someone said, love my Texas chickens, that hated ? He hated them. But we had a fenced in backyard. Sorry, I'm going off subject again. We had a fenced in backyard, and my chickens were completely free range and they pooped all over our back patio and it drove him crazy. So once we like put them in a chicken run, he didn't dislike them as much, but they were out for probably 6 months or more. And I think it just left such a bad taste in his mouth. Those of you who have chickens know how much they crap. It's a lot, and it was bad. So it made him not like chickens.
That's better than free range horses or elephants.
Yeah, that's maybe true. Theirs would be bigger, although a chicken will go way more than them. Chickens are like every 30 seconds they crap again. So Rosalina, I don't know if vetiver, you guys know how much I love vetiver. It's definitely lesser known than like lemon and lavender, tea tree and eucalyptus and peppermint and those ones. But I would say I would choose those two. But yeah, Rosalina probably is more lesser known than vetiver.
And I saw another question. Somebody is asking if you actually use oils on a personal level, or do you just help sell them?
No, I actually use oils on a personal level. So I grew up using essential oils. I've used them my whole entire life. Like I've always, they weren't as like common or regular as they are now. But like tea tree and oregano, I have very vivid memories of like tea tree, oregano, lavender as a child. Like really using those ones often, growing up using those ones for sure. But no, I've used them my whole life. I still use them. I'm pretty casual when it comes to using essential oils. Like I don't diffuse them all day. If someone's in the house that's sick, I'll use them on that person on the family, may diffuse it. And then, sometimes to make the house smell good or something. But I really, truly only use essential oils when they're like absolutely needed. So it's not all the time, but they are definitely a regular part of my life for sure, and always have been my whole entire life.
Yeah, it's funny how much I use Better Than Kisses lately.
Yeah.
My 3-year-olds are.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to. We're gonna do one more question, and then let's do our question of the day.
Okay.
Does that sound good? So,
yes.
Retha, I saw a question here from Nora. She said, "What sports did you play, Retha?"
Oh, I played all the sports that I could. I did volleyball. It was my absolute favorite. I really enjoyed playing volleyball. I also played basketball, although it wasn't as much my favorite. It was one of those sports that I started, and I'm very competitive, but just with myself. Like I'm not competitive with other people, but I'm very competitive with myself. So if I like set a goal for myself, like I have to do it, or so I'm not one that like goes and quits something just because it might not be my favorite. So I played basketball like from probably 4th grade on. Even though I loved volleyball way more, I still always hung on to basketball. So I played volleyball, I played basketball. I cheerleaded, I think, for a year or maybe 2. I don't know. I did track my senior year. I am such a slow runner. It's not even funny. And I always got like last place, literally, in all of my track meets that I did. But it was still, I went to a really small school, so I could do whatever I wanted. And so those were probably, what other sports are there? Track, volleyball, basketball, cheerleading. Yeah, I think that's all we had available. I played soccer one year when I was really little, but we didn't have it available at our school. So, because it was such a small school, I would have had to have done it through like the city or something. But I did do soccer for 1 year as well. But yeah, but mostly volleyball and basketball I did like forever, my whole life, as long as I could. I did it in high school, not since then.
Do you want to share any embarrassing track stories with us?
Oh, Danny.
All right.
Danny knows my embarrassing stories, you guys.
Maybe one of these days you'll be able to get it out of her, but
I
have
mean,
a question for you guys.
I'm not even embarrassed by it.
Well, you're welcome to tell it if you want. I think it's hilarious.
I mean,
and it says a lot about your personality.
And it is. It's so much my personality that it's not even funny. So I told you I'm really competitive with myself. So let me tell you this really fast first. In basketball, we had to run ladders, right? Where you like ran up to the thing, ran back, ran up to that point, run back, right? And I was so competitive. I always was the first, even though like we weren't racing each other. I always just like had to be better, right? For myself. And so I remember my basketball coach would always be like, hey, if you guys can beat Retha, you can be done running the ladders. So I would still have to run all the ladders because the other people on my team had to beat me so that they could be done with practice. But even though I was always the one first, I still always had to run them because I was always willing to push myself. I didn't need somebody else to push me. I was willing to push myself. So that tells you a little bit about me. So my senior year, I did track my senior year. That's it. So, I'm a 17-year-old, basically almost an adult. And I had to go to the bathroom. And I was running, I think just one time around the track. So I don't even know what that is, a 400 or something, I think. And I couldn't go because it was time to start. And I started running and I maybe wet my pants. But because I'm so competitive, I had to finish. So I ran all the way around the track after having wet myself, you guys. And then I keep running. So the track is like this. My mom is on like the opposite side of the finish line, like outside of a fence in the truck watching me. I kept running outside of the fence all the way around to my mom's truck after I finished the race. That's the true story.
And then her mom didn't let her in the truck.
My little sister wouldn't let me in the truck. Annie wouldn't let me in the truck.
So Retha, thank you so much for letting us interview you today. I can tell you guys, after working with Retha for a while, I mean, I've known Retha's family for a while, but yeah. Retha was like 2 years old when I was 30. And so we didn't really get to know each other until recently.
Danny's not even 10 years older than me. Don't let him fool you.
But we do have a question for you guys today.
We
and
do.
The question is, do you want to reveal the question?
Oh, me. Yes,
you can.
Maybe. Okay, your giveaway question is, so you have until midnight tonight to enter the giveaway. We're going to be choosing 3 winners, and each winner is going to win $25 credit to planttherapy.com on your account. And you have until midnight tonight to enter. And so Instagram, you know how to enter. You enter via there'll be a story on Instagram. It'll have you swipe up and it will take you to the giveaway link. Facebook and YouTube, the giveaway link will be posted in the comments as well as in the live description. And your giveaway question is, what games do you like to play as a family?
And how much did you say?
What? 25.
Oh, that was more than I put. So that's good. $25.
That's what was in the thing, right?
Maybe. No, I'm glad. I just wanted to point out how generous you are. I was
No,
put like,
Danny, you're the one that wrote it. Question of the day: win 25 store credit.
oh, see, I'm generous. Wasn't Retha?
But we're gonna choose 3 winners. So tell us, what's a game that you love to play? What's one of your favorite games that you love to play as a family? And then we're gonna randomly choose some winners, 3 winners, and each of you are going to win $25 credit.
Yay! You guys, we really appreciate you watching today. Getting to know Retha. We have a fun show on Wednesday, but I don't know what we're doing. So you do want to tune in.
Wellness Wednesday.
Yeah, there's nothing
Oh,
there.
no,
We left it open.
That's not what we're doing on Wednesday, but come and join us because we're pretty sure it will be good.
Yeah, it might be how to do yoga as an old fat guy.
That would be a show I'd want to watch. For sure.
Well, thank you guys so much. We'll see you Wednesday, 5 p.m. Thanks again. Thank you, Retha.
Yes, you're welcome.
See you guys later.
You guys.
Bye.